Trap House Mob.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you are new, if you're returning, welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this half kind of blue glitter cut crease look on my beautiful model today. All of the products I use will be in the description, so make sure you check that out and let's get started. So as you can see, she has really full eyebrows. I mean, I'm talking full. So I'm just gonna go in with the Morphe 35O palette, and I'm gonna pick up a brown shade, a medium brown shade, and I'm just gonna lightly fill in the little spaces just so that I can get a proper shape for once I start to cover her brows with some concealer. So now I'm just going to brush up her brows a little bit so that I can start concealing. And today I'm going to be using the MAC concealer. This is in the shade NW35. This is out of the palette that I created from MAC. I'm just going to go ahead and carve the bottom of her brows, the top of her brows, and of course do it on both sides. So once everything is blended out, I am gonna go in with the Maybelline FIT Me concealer. This is in the shade, the number 20. I really didn't like how this concealer was blending out on her eyelids once I did begin to spread the product by, tapping it around. So I ended up going back on top of that with some MAC concealer, but in the shade NC25, and that gave me more of a flat surface to work with because I was still seeing a lot of her eyelids, which I didn't like. So, but I also did need a bright base. So right here you can see me going in with NC25, and I'm just creating a thicker base, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set that with my Coty Airspun powder. The first shade that I'm gonna go in with is from the Play and Makeup by Yolando and Beats by Deb palette. I'm using the shade Slow and Reverb, and since this is only going to be on the front part of her eyelids, like the colors and glitters are only going to be on the front part of her eyelids, I'm placing that blue shade only in the beginning. I'm not dragging it out anymore. Later on you will see me blend the ends out a little bit more, but I'm really trying to just focus it on the inner corner of her eyes. Next, I'm going to take the shade Lucid Dreams, and I'm going to place that right underneath the first shade. Again, this is just going to create some depth, and we're going to go a little bit deeper too, but of course I'm patting these colors on because they are bright colors. You don't want to just automatically go in and start blending. You do always want to pat your colors first, especially if they're really bright, so that it can just be as pigmented as possible. Make sure you're going back and forth between the two colors and the two brushes to make sure that you're blending everything out properly. Now I'm going in with the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm taking the navy blue shade, and of course, like I said, I'm deepening the eye look just a little bit more, and I'm just gonna go ahead, pat that color on, and then go back in, you know, with the other shades that I use, and just keep blending back and forth, back and forth. For this look, I am going to cut her crease. So I was going to use this eye makeup remover, but I could not find a Q-tip nearby, so I just went ahead and used a makeup wipe to remove the color. And I was being very, very careful when I did this, just so that I didn't make a mistake and go too high. So yeah, be cautious like when you're doing this part if you're going to be using a makeup wipe to do so. So going back in with NC25, I'm just going to go ahead and cut her crease. This again was a very tedious process just because the ending of the eyeshadow, like there was nothing there. So after I cut her crease, I just went in, and as I started to remove the excess product, I just lightly tapped at the end. You can see I didn't bring it too far out, the concealer too far out, because I knew that I wanted it to blend with the NW35, because I knew like there would be no eyeshadow there. So yeah, when you do looks like this, you do want to think about that. As you can see, like I'm going back in with that brush just because I want those two concealers to blend. just brighten up the eyelid a little bit more, I'm taking the white eyeshadow in the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm just placing that over her lid. And I am not going over the part where I'm going to add the glitter, which is in the front of the crease, right underneath that navy blue shade. But I am going to go back in with the white after I apply the glitter, just to brighten it up again and dust off any glitter that falls down from the spot that I placed it in. For glitter glue, I'm using the one from NYX. This is the only glitter glue that I use, actually. And for glitters today, I'm going to be using the NYX glitter in the shade Gold. I mixed that with the Jlaruecosmetics glitter in Mystic. You couldn't really see the gold as much as I thought you would, but it still turned out fine. And then I also tried to add as much of the chunky glitter as I could, but because this is exactly the crease area and she blinks there, like it just kept falling. So yeah, but anyways, it still came out good. As you can see, this side doesn't have as much chunky glitter as the other side. I think only 2 pieces ended up staying, but like I said, it's fine. Now I'm just going to go ahead and give her a regular wing liner. As usual, I'm using my NYX matte black liner. This is my favorite eyeliner to use on myself and on my clients. And I'm just, like I said, giving her a nice wing liner. I'm going to use my dual lash glue, apply the lash glue on the lash line, and then I also added some mascara, which I used the Fenty Mascara. Applied the dual lash glue to her lash line, and then I just placed some lashes on her, and those lashes that I applied were from the beauty supply store. So to remove any fallout and the extra concealer, I'm just going in with the makeup wipe, and you're going to see me going with my spoolie a little bit for any glitters that I did not catch. That is a trick if you did not know. For any glitter that falls, just go in with the spoolie and just, you know, scratch it a little bit and it'll come right out. Under her eyes, I just went in with the NYX gel liner in Jet Black. I did not go in with any eyeshadow. I just wasn't feeling that look today. So yeah, I'm just going to do that on both eyes. And then I used the Benefit Porefessional primer all over her face. I just applied it with a brush and then used my fingers and rubbed that into her skin. So for foundation, foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline FIT Me in 330 and 340. I put 330 first, which was like on the upper part of her face, and then as it went outwards I included 330. But once I mixed it together, like, it came out perfect. It was her shade, and yeah, I think I matched her pretty well today. So now that I've blended the foundation out all across her face, I'm gonna go back in with NW35, and I'm going to place that under her eyes, down the bridge of her nose, her chin, and knots on her forehead. And then in the inner corners of her eyes, I'm gonna go in with NC25 just to brighten it up a little bit, because the 35 was very close to her skin tone, like, as I was blending it out, and I wanted to just brighten under her eyes just a little bit more. So in the inner corners of her eyes, I just went in with NC25. And for contour, I just purchased this new e.l.f. contour, like cream contour palette. So I'm using the last shade in that. There's no name, but I'm just blending it out with a circular brush, and I'm like blending in circles. And to blend out her concealer, I'm using the same kind of brush, but of course it's clean. It's just the same brush. And I'm gonna go in and just blend out her concealer. I wish I had done this with the beauty blender, but none of the ones I have were clean. I have like these small ones which you'll see me set her face with, but I didn't really want to use that, so it is what it is. But once I blend out the concealer, I'm going to go back in with the foundation brush just to blend out the edges, and I'm going to set her face with the Mercier powder in Translucent Honey. To set her contour, I'm going to be going in with the Ruby Kisses mineral powder, and this is in the shade Chestnut, just to, you know, set the contour. I'm going to go down her nose, through her cheekbones, her forehead, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dust off the excess powder that I have like setting her face with, and that is the Ruby Kisses powder in Toffee/Caramel. Those are the shades, and I went in underneath her contour. This is the Mercier powder, just to sharpen up the contour just a little bit more, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and dust everything off. So I don't normally use blush, but this is an eyeshadow. It's from the Juvia's Place palette. It's called Kahina Warrior 3 palette, and I'm just using that just a little bit. You can see I'm kind of dusting some off still. And then for highlight, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. I'm using the 100, which is Molten Gold. It's really, really pretty, so I'm using it on her cheeks and on her nose, and I think I applied a little bit to her brow bone as well, and her Cupid's bow. Now for her lips, I absolutely love this combo. I think it works well on any and everyone, all different skin tones. So I just take a brown liner, of course, and line the lips, and then I go in with the NYX Suede Matte Lipstick, and it's in the shade Dainty Days, and I just let her like kind of rub her lips together just a little bit so that it's blended with the lip liner, and then I go on with some clear lip gloss, and it sets it. Like it literally it looks great on everyone. Like I've done this combo on a lot of different people, skin tones, and it looks great on literally everyone, I'm telling you. So yes guys, that is the end of today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Right now we was just taking videos for Instagram and stuff like that, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Like I said, all of the products I used will be in the description down below. Make sure you follow me on both of my Instagrams, which of course, like I said, I will leave down below. My booking website, I will leave all of that down below if you are interested. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, click the notification bell so that every time I upload you will be notified, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.